Sing, O goddess, sing of the coming of the great gods of old. Sing of their power and their fear. Sing of the birth of the twins that would come to rule, and the prophecy that would bring about the end of an age. The bones of Gingel had barely finished creaking into place. The forests raised from his hair and the clouds created by his scattered brains had not long settled before Gennon's great conception, Kolgennon, was recognized for the truly wondrous place it was. During the eons of Gennon's wandering through the void, lost and broken as she was by the shattering of the egg, she had attempted to recreate the world that was stolen from her, before her success with her progeny and the sacrifice of Gingel. Some say this was achieved by the shattering of the other eggs of creation, but who can say for sure? From one egg, light and bright in colour, she formed a heavenly realm. Imperfect though it may have been, it birthed beings of great power. Bul of the thunderous breath, Geli, mistress of the woods, and Gelon, maiden of the plains. From another egg, one as dun and dark as the void itself, she formed a chthonic world, hidden in shadows. In this world were birthed Sem, the great serpent, and Fenmoth, rich lord of the dead. Like their mother, the beings of the heavenly realm were filled with an intense desire for the abundance that Kolgennon brought forth. And so, from out of the void emerged the Belithelon, the gods of the first generation. Bul, the immense cloud gatherer, who took the skies for his home. Geli, kind first daughter of Gennon, was drawn to the deep woods and forests. Bold and blissful Gelon, the sweeping hills and windswept plains called to her. Though the progeny of the chthonic realm did not have the same desire as their cousins, Sem was drawn to the power of the oceans that formed from the foaming blood of Gingel. He rose up from the hidden realm to take the roiling seas as his own. Fenmoth, though, remained in the shadows where the shades of men are sent hurtling down once death takes its cruel grip. What seemed like mere moments after the gods had taken up residence in their new home, then from the final remains of the frothing blood of Gingel emerged the shining goddess, Belithelon. With her birth, she uttered this prophecy to the Belithelon. Gennon, kind Mother Earth, her wayward children roam free on her great tree. Bul, your cry branches over sky. Sem, your tales take root under sea. The wheel will turn. From your loins you'll sire your demise. Worlds shocked by your duel. Fruit from high, a golden jewel. Seed of soil to end your rule. Powerful though the immortals are, even they cannot outrun the pronouncements of the shining goddess, she who knows all that may come to pass. And so, despite their dominion over Kolgennon, with all the lesser beings that now took root bowing to their will, the Belithelon made a pact with each other, out of fear. Together they met under the shadow of the immense mountain that would soon play host to the palace of the gods, Golden Zotgelon. Bul was the first to speak. Thundering, he declared, I will not see an end to my rule. I will not allow this prophecy to take shape. Belithelon may declare the future, but she only sees the threads of fate, those destinies that may yet come to be. A thread can be cut. A vow can be made now. We shall swear a sacred oath to never sire from our loins. It is a bond we all must adhere to. Will you swear with me this day? Sem, the duplicitous serpent was next to speak, weaving words that were meant to hide his true purpose. "I agree, brother. I do not wish for my power to be diminished, nor the oceans taken from me. I will swear to do all it takes to protect that position." And so the oath was sworn. But Sem, snake-like and cunning as he is, sought to see the prophecy to its fruition, for he desired dominion over all Kolgennon, and wished to use this prophecy to overthrow the power of Bul. In the deep woods he sought out Geli, seducing her with his sweet words. When he felt the time was right, he whispered in her ear about Bul and how she could protect her forests from his wrathful smiting if she were only to bend him to her will. By this unruly and barbarous act, Geli became pregnant. Though which of the gods was the sire is known only to the fates. Geli was to birth twins, red-faced Dunsun and white-armed Tholo. Upon hearing the news of the birth of the twins, Bul blustered and panicked, but Sem roiled in the restless ocean in anticipation of the success of his scheme. At Bul's behest they met once more, where sky meets sea, on the fringes of the world. There they planned and plotted to do away with the twins and protect their power. Sem played along with this farce, patient as he is. In a rage, Bul raced into the forests, seeking out Geli and her children. The clouds gathered close around him as Bul thundered in anger. "Geli! Bring them to me now! I will not tolerate this violation! This world will not be taken from me!" In the deepest corner of the vast woods, they found Geli and the swaddled children. In a rage, Bul called down the power of the gathered clouds, unleashing their fury to destroy the essence of the children and sending their shades hurtling down to the rich lord of the dead. Satisfied that he had protected their power, Bul withdrew to the thundering skies above the world, and Sem plunged back into the ocean depths that he made his home. Geli had screamed and raged at this attack, but it was an act. At Sem's suggestion perhaps, who can say for sure, but knowing of Bul's quickness to anger and the fear he held for any offspring, she had anticipated these actions. Immediately upon the birth of the twins, she spirited the youths away far to the west in the shadow of Mount Belithelon. There she summoned the wild men, creatures of the deep woods that she had come to know well. "Take my children, hide them, secure them from the wrath of Bul and the tricks of Sem. Raise them as your own, and one day I shall come to retrieve them. One day they will fulfill their destiny." She returned to her home, wrapping rocks in a swaddling cloth, and sat to await the arrival of the Cloud Gatherer and the great god of the oceans. After the destruction wrought by Bul, Geli sat in anguish, and then in anger. For now she would play her part and protect her children, until the time came for them to take their rightful place as the rulers of this world. In the care of the wild men, the young gods of the second generation would grow to their maturity, and soon the prophecy of Belithelon would be fulfilled. Soon there would be war in the heavens and conflict across the cosmos, until red-faced Dunsun would emerge to reign supreme.